Yeah, well, more drama has happened in this transfer window. How many videos have I got to make? Well, I'm sure you guys are all shocked that there's a third podcast video this mid-season break. I'm certainly shocked there's a third one, but there is more chaos, more drama has happened, and I cannot wait to get into it with all of you. Welcome, everyone, to the podcast. This is a shorter episode, by the way. This will be, I don't know how long it will be, but it will be shorter than the other ones. A little bit of an extra little watch-along before we get back into the season as we head towards Belgium, Spa, for round 9. First of all, though, let's talk about that member count. Goodness me. XRS is growing fast. So if you are joining me here in the podcast, and you joined in the last week or so, welcome to XRS. Welcome to the land where everything is fantastic. Chaos is very common, and in one of the greatest leagues in the world, we are rising. We are storming up the member count. We're currently at, I think, around 240, which is unreal because when the previous podcast came out only like a week ago, I think we were sat at 180. We are rocketing up, and it's very exciting to see going into the second half of Season 1. Now, we're going to get straight into the drama. And the first thing that happened, I think everyone went mental at. Stein. Williams chaos. Dropping Corbinian and taking that 50-point penalty. Now, with that 50-point penalty, it's kept them ahead of the two teams that are trailing behind, Mercedes and Red Bull. I'm just going to grab the standings up as we speak. So with that penalty, it has kept them ahead of the two rivals behind, of course by a smaller margin. I think the gap was 61 before. With that 50-point penalty in the OCC they've taken, they're now only 11 points ahead of the two teams trailing behind. So they didn't lose a position, fair enough. Very interesting that they dropped Corbinian. Of course, Corbinian has not had the easiest season. His qualifying has been unreal. Of course, he got pole in Bahrain in the season opener. But in terms of the actual season, he's currently sat on 22 points, which if he'd kept his seat, would have put him currently in P14. Not so great. Very weak season for him, and it was obviously due to the race pace. He seems to be a common spinner, and it was becoming a common thing seeing him sat at the back despite fighting up at the front at the beginning parts of the race. So dropping him was a big call, because obviously you have to take that penalty. You can't drop him off attendance, because I think he's done close to every race, if not every race. So the only option for them was to take that 50-point penalty, take the 10 million deduction, the fine, and drop Corbinian with that penalty. Now, obviously, there's been some uncovering, some drama going on in the bottom of the leagues, saying that Corbinian is actually the cause of Williams' success. That everything that they've done, starting from a bottom team and in only Season 1, torpedoed up to P5, fighting Mercedes and Red Bull for that position. Turns out, was it all Stein? Was it Stein's leadership? Because there's been a lot of complaints, a few names coming up in the team. I won't say who it is, I'll keep that private. But I've seen two names, not Corbinian, but two extra names complaining about Stein's leadership and saying that Corbinian was the cause of it the whole time. Very interesting call, because we spent the entire previous podcast praising Stein on his achievements with the British team. Could it have potentially been Corbinian? He's just been dropped. So now Williams are sat in a fantastic position. They've got 3 drivers to sign still. They've got the least amount of drivers of any team. Every team has got either an 8, which is a full team, of course, or they have got 7, just missing 1 seat. Williams have only got 5. They've got 2 Division 3s and a Division 4 to fill. They've just signed their 2 new Div 2s. Speaking of the new 2 Div 2s, Luca Rosman, straight after Corbinian was dropped, was straight out of that team. AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo, once again, the two clashing for that P3 in the OCC. They went in an unbelievable bidding war to try and chase down Luca Rosman, who has been very prominent, very strong in Division 2 so far this season. Let's have a look at his standings, actually. I'm going to grab it up as we speak. Luca Rosman, it should be top 5, I imagine. Rosman is second, actually, in the Drivers' Championship right now, with 118 points. Very, very good driver. Now, AlphaTauri, with their benefit of extra money and potentially better positioning, I mean, currently they're sat in 4th in the OCC. They were able to beat Alfa Romeo in that bidding war and take Luca Rosman and fill that seat that they had open. They've now got a very strong lineup, but I'll get into that in a minute. So that meant the Williams now have dropped Corbinian, taken that penalty, lost Rosman, which is a flagship driver for them, a very, very strong driver for them, and they have a weak spot. They've filled it up with Thomas and Roca, 2 new drivers to the league, both for 30 mil. So they've saved a lot of money doing that. They're currently sat on 368 million, which is a huge amount more than any other team. However, of course, they do have 3 seats left to fill. They've obviously lost Charlie as well. So now Melvin's on his own, trying to fight for that Division 4 title. They've taken a lot of hits, Williams. They've gained a lot of money, of course, but they've taken a lot of hits this mid-season break. And as well as potentially their main man, Corbinian, who may have been running that team under all of our noses, him leaving the team, of course, getting fired, that could be very interesting. Do Williams have the drive? Does Stein have it in him to actually be fighting this battle with Red Bull and Mercedes? Or was Corbinian telling the truth the whole time? Was he the one running that team? Well, we'll never find out. We thought we would find out when, only a few days later, Benignu, the admin, got banned. Homophobic actions in the neighbouring league of KRL. The chaos and the news went straight across the border into XRS, and Raven was quick to respond, banning the admin, Ben. Of course, he's also Haas team principal. Left the team that was on this fantastic charge in 2024, put it to a complete halt. And it caused them to have not only an open seat, but no team principal. The question was, could Corbinian jump into that seat and take all the skills that he brought, bringing up Williams, and do it again for a second time in Haas and fight Williams? Well, unfortunately, he won't ever get the chance, because Asteroid, in the interviews, beats Corbinian only by a slim margin, and beat Corbinian, taking that TP spot. Right before then, Asteroid was signed for Alfa Romeo in a response to them not being able to win that bidding war for Rosman. That allowed another open spot again for Alfa Romeo. They have another seat to fill, which is Division 2. That's going to be an interesting issue for the team. Will they be able to fill that seat? Who will they fill it with? Because Asteroid would have been quite a safe bet. He's been fairly solid this season. Now they have another problem to deal with their hands. A lot of interesting things going on, because Alfa Romeo, obviously, in this battle with AlphaTauri for P3, the closest rival we've got right now, and AlphaTauri have done very well in this window, signing Rosman, Boom Boy. That is two huge names for Division 2. Alfa Romeo have not been weak at all. They've signed Vlad, which is a very, very big name for Division 4. Will it be enough, is the question, to hold back Tauri, who was storming behind? Looking more towards Haas, Asteroid taking that seat, the first thing he did was sign Throne Globe for Division 4. Haas have now dipped into debt, which is completely fine. We expected Haas, a team that size, to be dipping into debt. However, they've still got a Division 3 to sign, so they will go a little bit deeper. I'm not too sure what Asteroid's interests are with that team. And is he going to continue this push that Ben was going for? Is he focusing on the battle with Aston Martin and with Alpine? We're going to talk about that more as we go into the season. We're yet to see how he performs on a race weekend. But in a few days, we'll be heading to Belgium, of course, and we will find out. Speaking of Williams, though, you might have thought, oh, well, Avi, you mentioned that Williams has a free seat in Division 4. What's happened there? Yeah, Joe, or Cranks, has left once again, and I don't think he'll be coming back. It's the second time he's been signed to a team and just left the league. So it hasn't given him a good image of loyalty to any team, and I can't imagine he'll be allowed back because of his actions. That is the chaos. That is the action that we've had this week, and I just had to make a little video, just a short video, to show everyone what's been going on, just to let people know. The AlphaTauri Alfa Romeo drama continued on with that enormous bidding war for Rosman. Williams have taken many shots to the stomach, losing Corb, potentially their epicenter, their powerhouse inside the team that no one ever knew about until now. It's too late when he's left the team. And of course, they've also lost Rosman to AlphaTauri. Got a lot of weak spots. That team's got a lot of money, but will they be able to do anything with it? And of course, Haas. It's going to be very interesting to see how they do. After such a storming 2024, will they be able to continue that with a brand new team principal? Well, I look forward to seeing you all in Belgium very shortly. To everyone, like I said, who joined the league previously, welcome to the league, welcome to the chaos. This was a very quick video. Usually I go much more into depth with these kind of moves, but because there was so much action in such a short amount of time a few days ago, and it all started after the two main podcasts came out in this mid-season break, I had to make another video. Just for all the viewers, I had to let them know what on earth is going on. A little bit of a surprise for all of you. But yes, we are going racing once again on Thursday. Division 4 takes to the track in the iconic Belgian track of Spa-Francorchamps. And of course, the rest of the divisions will follow straight after. I look forward to seeing you all there. Round 9 out of 16 in Season 1 in XRS is coming our way. Who is going to take the top spot in the OCC? And where else is everyone going to finish? Alpha versus Alpha. Williams potentially dropping down. Haas potentially pushing up. I look forward to finding out. I'll see you guys soon.